seeing a toilet was like something that I vividly remember. And that was like a big shock to me. This was kind of like really my first time seeing a white person, you know? It was kind of like a scary thing in a way.
Scott off the shot, got another one!
Long before the NBA, Duop Reath had to flee his home country, South Sudan, and his family escaped to a refugee camp in Kenya.
There wasn't that much, you know, there wasn't that much. So you don't really grow up with shoes. You'd have to go fetch some water from the water wells. Everything is shared over there. If one person has a pair of shoes, everybody has a pair of shoes. When you think about it now and like visualize what we had then, it was nothing at all. A lot of violence too that be happening in the camp too. The biggest thing I remember the most was playing soccer. That played a big part of my life as well, just like having that escape from just reality. So we'll get like a balloon, we'll wrap it up in like t-shirts and just random materials. We just play soccer all night, all day.
But his life was about to change because his family's papers got approved and he was headed to Australia.
I didn't know what Australia was. I didn't even know what an Australian looked like. Kind of felt sad in a way, you know? So I'm gonna be leaving my friends, I'm gonna be leaving the life that I know, you know?
Duop made it to Nairobi's airport and a new world opened up.
Yeah, that's different. That's a different story now. I don't know why I keep like remembering a toilet. Seeing a toilet was like something that I vividly remember. And a TV, I saw a TV there. I never really understood there were so many different people out there in the world that looked different compared to me, you know?
Reath and his family moved 8,000 miles from home to begin a new life, something he was gonna do many, many more times. But the first time was by far the hardest because he didn't speak a word of English.
I'll go to school. I was trying to talk like my language to the students, you know, to the teachers. I couldn't explain myself in anything, so that was really, really challenging. I started getting taller than everybody else, and some of my friends already started playing basketball, and just told me, come to the courts at lunchtime, so just come play with us.
And he got introduced to a team that would change his life.
I found a community, a South Sudanese community that had a team, you know, that had a team called Rhinos. So they would go and compete in the Eastern States, but like that tournament kind of gave me like a different perspective, you know, like kind of just opened my mind up of like what basketball can do for me, you know.
At that tournament, he caught somebody's eye, Marcus King, a JUCO coach who pulled him to the side and told him,
you could be a really good basketball player and you could have a chance to change your life, you know, change your family's life. I didn't really think that a basketball would change my life, you know. After that, he sent me an email. He's like, I'm serious about this. You know, we would love you to come here on a scholarship. You'll be able to go to school as well for free.
But after everything his family had been through, his mom didn't want her son to leave.
She didn't really want me to leave at all. She didn't really want me to go, but like I felt like coming from where I come from all the way back to the refugee camp, I always remember that any kid that would be given like an opportunity like this to be able to go to school for free, they would take advantage of it.
Duop was headed to Lee College in Baytown, Texas, 10,000 miles from home, and this time he was completely alone.
But that was just a challenge, you know, just leaving my family behind, leaving my siblings behind. I had no idea what a junior college was. I thought I was going to be there for about 4 years. Over time, I started to understand, okay, this is just a short stint, you know? You got to just come here and you have to play actually really well to have a chance to get not the scholarship. We worked really, really hard and Marcus was really on me. He understood me and what I wanted to do for my family, you know? I think he was on me a little bit more than other people. So he always tell me like, if you don't want to work as hard, you're going to lose your scholarship. You know, I'm going to send you home. He would say some stuff like that just to try to get me to work even harder, you know?
Duop became one of the best JUCO talents in the country and chose a school that blew his mind. But that wasn't his proudest accomplishment because after 2 years at Lee College, he graduated.
Nobody in my family, immediate family, ever graduated. To be able to walk that stage, I had a very emotional conversation with my mom. She just couldn't believe it, you know? She was just really proud of me. You did it, you really did a good job. Obviously, it was just a junior college, but I think that just making that step in life opened a lot of doors for my family in general.
Duop took his talents to LSU on a full-ride scholarship.
It was something that I never seen before, was a facility like that. I couldn't believe it was a school. If I get a degree from here, it would be helpful for my future once I'm done playing basketball.
But he wasn't gonna be done playing anytime soon because Duop was balling.
Duop Reath is one of the Tigers' silver linings in today's game. The senior forward totaled 26 points, including 18 in the first half.
Coach had told me even before the game that just be aggressive.
Coach Wade says Reath's performance is a product of the work and dedication he has put into his game.
Duop just works really hard. He wants to be really good. He just works. And so when you work, it gives yourself a chance to be successful.
And off the court, he was still discovering America.
Today was the first day of me dealing with snow. Yeah, it was crazy. I just went out there, just touched the snow, and it touched funny, but like it felt funny, and it was good. It was cold though.
But after 2 years at LSU, the NBA wasn't calling. Not yet.
I still needed to get better, you know? And Europe was the best route for me at that time. So we went to Serbia. My first year in Serbia, really, really tough, you know? But like the first month was really challenging. Different languages.
It's Duop Reath from deep. Clock. Lopro to the basket. Oh, what a pass. Oh, but Reath goes up top.
He's splitting a couple of defenders, blocked by Reath.
Sticks a three. Reath with a quick shot from the top of the key.
And 10,000 miles away, someone was watching.
And I get a phone call from Brian Gorgon, who is the head coach of the national team. He was just telling me, we're gonna have you on the training camp for the Olympic squad. Like, I didn't know I was even in the radar. And it kind of felt like that the hard work that I've been putting into those years, it's kind of like paying off, you know, kind of like encouragement to just keep going. And then when I made the final roster, then that was like an unbelievable moment for me. And then, you know, my mom started crying. She couldn't believe it. She was just happy for me, you know, because she understands and she knows just everything that I've been through. She understands it.
Duop wasn't the star player on the team, but he had his role, helping his team reach the semifinals, where they faced the powerhouse, Team USA, led by superstar Kevin Durant, and the game wasn't close. USA won 97-78. But Australia wasn't done, because in the bronze medal game, they beat Slovenia. So Duop came home with an Olympic medal, and he knew exactly what to do with it.
It's an honor, you know. It's not only for me, but it's also for the kids out there to be able to see that they can do it and that anything is really possible.
Now being back in Australia, he wasn't ready to leave yet.
I went to the NBL. I went back to Australia. I kind of just miss, you know, being around just family and friends and familiar faces. And I also felt like it was really good for my development again.
Duop started on fire. Things were clicking, and he was averaging 20 points and 9 rebounds. That earned him another shot in the NBA's Summer League, a place where rookies and unsigned players have a chance to prove himself.
I came back, I did Summer League with Phoenix. That summer I was feeling very confident, you know. So I had my first game. I had a solid game, you know. Came off the bench, played with some energy. I had a really solid game.
But Duop, not a bad start to your Summer League campaign. How are you feeling after that?
Feeling good. Happy that we got the win.
But the very next game, the run was already over.
My second game, I rolled my ankle in the first few minutes of the game, you know, it was shut down. So I felt like this is still a great opportunity to see where I was at. I feel like I'm getting better at basketball. I feel like I'm starting to understand what I'm good at and what I'm not good at.
So he had to look for another opportunity. And again, he found himself in a new continent. Please hit that subscribe button so I can share many more of these incredible stories. Because he got an opportunity in China, playing for the Qingdao Eagles, where he averaged 18 points and 8 rebounds.
After China, I went straight to Lebanon and played there for 2 months. I had a great time in Lebanon. Felt rejuvenated, you know, about basketball. I won a championship out there.
Thank you. I'm just happy that we got the championship.
And then my agent told me that, okay, we have, like Poland is interested to bring you in for Summer League. This will be my 4th Summer League. When that opportunity came up, I kind of was just like, we can go give it another try. You know, because I'm getting a little older. I don't think any team's going to try to bring a 27-year-old, 28-year-old to a Summer League team. So I felt like, okay, this is my last opportunity really for the NBA.
Standing across from him was the most high prospect in years, the #1 overall pick, Victor Wembanyama.
So when you came into Summer League this year with the Blazers, like, what was your thought going into that?
And he's giving my all.
Big time follow there. They find the open man, Reath for 3. The big man stepping outside. Wow, nice looking stroke. Good rebound and one, Reath.
Duop didn't back down, finishing with 13 points and 9 rebounds. The years in Serbia, Australia, China, and Lebanon had paid off, and Portland noticed.
Portland, you know, called and they said, we're going to bring you in for like training camp. That felt like I had my foot in the door when I got that moment, you know? I felt like, damn, like, you got a chance to play in the NBA now. During the training camp, I felt pretty positive. I felt like I had a chance, you know? So the GM called me into the office. During that meeting, I felt like whatever he says, I felt like I did my best. There's nothing else I could have did. If I make it, okay, cool. If I don't, I can live with my life knowing like you had your opportunity, because that's all you could really ask for, you know? So the GM, Joe, we had a conversation in his office, and he's kind of told me like, okay, we're gonna have to waive you. You feel like your heart just, you know, like, damn. And then he told me that, okay, we're gonna convert you to a two-way contract. From then, I just felt like, oh, damn, like, you kind of made it, you know? You kind of made it, but at the same time, it's mixed emotions. There's a lot of mixed emotions to it.
A two-way contract allows players to play both in the NBA and in the G League, but those NBA minutes are earned. So Duop had to play for the G League team first, the Rip City Remix, and in his first game, he went crazy.
And I just had it going that night. I was making some shots, and so the guys just kept finding me.
Court flips it out to Reath. He'll try a three. He'll get another one. And he gets another triple. Duop Reath is having himself a night.
Reath finished his G League debut with 37 points. So just 2 days later, his name was called again, but not for the Rip City Remix. It was for the Portland Trail Blazers, the NBA team who were facing the Lakers on the road.
And you don't really think like it's reality, you know, until you actually get there. It doesn't feel real, you know? It feels like you're living in a dream. And I felt like that moment was like, I don't know, something that was just meant to be. You're in your dream right now, like, enjoy it, have fun, and just show like real gratitude and gratification for like being there, like, because not a lot of people are gonna ever experience play on that court, you know? And to be able to be there, it's just like it's a blessing.
That gave him confidence. And Duop didn't play a single G League game that season.
Reath. Wow. Reath for three. Okay, Duop. Duop Reath with the three.
Reath into Jokic. Over Jokic.
Touches the paint and slams it. He's a well-liked teammate for sure. He's the kind of guy you want in your locker room, always ready to go.
Oh, goodness.
Duop Reath, a terrific story. The 27-year-old rookie tosses to Reath. He's got the hot hand. He'll square it, hit another one. Duop Reath gets himself again down there. Looks it into the mids. Got off the shot. Got it.
Reath trying to get to the rim all the way and lays it in.
So I feel like just the experience I've gained over the years really helped me.
Against the Sacramento Kings, Reath dropped a career-high 25 points.
This Duop Reath went sick. That's right, the great Barry Reath goes bang.
You almost had a double-double, 25 and 9. That's a career high in points. How were you able to dominate the paint like you did on both ends?
Hey, man, just shout out to the squad, man.
But the career high didn't last long, because against the Timberwolves, he went for 26.
Reath, three. Wow. Duop Reath, another three. Reath fans out and finds a triple up and in.
You were phenomenal. How did you feel about your performance tonight?
I felt good. I was hitting some shots, so it felt good to be out there, to be able to make some plays for the team.
But there was a problem. The two-way contract only allows a player to play 50 NBA games, and Duop was running out of games. So the Trailblazers had two options: put him back into the G League or sign him to an NBA contract. And on February 16th, 2024, they made their decision.
Duop Reath. Yeah! The Blazers rewarded him.
It felt like a big blessing, you know? So just real grateful for it. Firstly, when I was younger, I didn't think I would be like a professional basketball player or anything like that. I kind of just wanted to just be a mechanic, you know? I enjoyed fixing bikes around the neighborhood, and a mechanic was something, like being a mechanic and having my own shop was something that, you know, that's what I wanted to do growing up. And then basketball just kind of came out of, you know, nowhere in a way.
We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so please subscribe if you haven't. See y'all at the next one. Have a blessed day.